Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're taking a look at Humble Bundle. So this is something that I have definitely talked about before, but it's been at least a couple years. I get emails from them every so often talking about the different game bundles they have, book bundles, comic bundles, that kind of thing. But I bought way too many of them a couple years ago, and so I have been curious about them, like been interested in some of the things, but like not enough to like actually go in and do it. And recently there's been like 2 comic type bundles that have popped up that I'm like, do I need more books? No, not really, but at the same time, these are going to be for ebooks, which I do feel like are obviously easier to store, easier to keep, and because they're comics, they would be quick and easy to read as well. And so I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and we're going to jump in and buy a couple bundles of comics. And so I sort of wanted to just sort of show you what we have going on here. And so on the Humble Bundle website, they have their different bundles. Like I said, I pretty much only get like emails about games and books. They have some sort of game thing that you can like pay for every month and then you get certain games free. I've never really gotten games from Humble Bundle. I think it's because a lot of the ones that I would be curious about are in bundles with games that I already have, and so like the price doesn't make as much sense for me. But the books, on the other hand, the book bundles. So as we go here, we have a few different things currently. They have like stuff about getting good with money and cookbooks and hacking toolkit. I have no idea. One of the ones that I definitely want to look at is right here, Return of the Leading Ladies. As of filming, there are 8 days left to purchase this bundle. By the time you guys see this, because it usually takes me a couple days to film and edit and get it up, it'll probably be like closer to 6 days, a little less than a week. But if this is something that you're curious about, definitely check it out. I'll leave the links down below. But this is the Return of the Leading Ladies comic bundle. And for the price of at least $24, you can definitely pay more if you would like. You're gonna get 36 items. That's what it says. As we go down, and what you can see here is that some of these items are bunches of volumes. So like one item they have here is 10 volumes of Saga, which is like one of my favorite series. Another one item is all 6 volumes of Paper Girls. Both of those are by Brian K. Vaughan. Both of them are 5 out of 5 series for me. Like, that would be worth it by itself. For $24, that would only get you maybe 2 physical copies of a volume, like 2 volumes total. Like, that's it. And this would get you almost the entire 2 series. Saga is still ongoing, so obviously that can't give you the entire series, but Paper Girls, that's the whole thing. And then we also have things like Bitch Planet and Lady Mechanika. Lady Mechanika is also another 6 volumes as one thing. Street Angel, Mirror the Nest, ID, Big Girls. Those are actually all ones that I have from, I think, probably this same bundle the first time round. The first time we did some sort of Leading Ladies bundle. So one thing that I see here, and one thing that I like about Humble Bundle, is you can actually tailor it to what you need. So I don't need a 36 item bundle. I would go down to the 24 one, because that actually would take away all the ones that I've used before that I have, plus one that I don't have by chance or Providence, which I think is not 100% my vibe anyway. Like, I'm gonna keep it on the back of my mind just in case, but like what I'm gonna come up here, we're just gonna switch to a 24 item bundle. Now, in order to get 24 items, you just pay at least $18. That makes sense. And then one thing that I do really like about Humble Bundle is the people that put these up. So this is actually all from Image Comics, which I love Image Comics. I feel like that's probably the biggest comic publisher that I read. Like, most of my comics seem to come from Image. They put it up and it's actually for charity. So this bundle, whether you get the 3 item bundle, the 24 item bundle, or the 36 item bundle, it's going to have part of it go to the book Book Industry Charitable Foundation. You can read more about that there as well. And I just love that fact. So the people that publish these are the ones that actually work with Humble Bundle to put these bundles together to raise money for charities. And so for this 24 item bundle, we would end up getting It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth by Zoe Thorogood. This says it's an autobiographic novel, so like autobiographical story in a graphic novel form. We also have Plutona, the trade paper, that's what TP means. I have never seen this before. I mean, a lot of these I don't fully recognize, but I love the art style of that. I also see Hack/Back to School. That's another by Zoe Thorogood. Very intriguing. Norroway, volumes 1 and 2 by Kit and Kat Seaton. A Thing Called Truth. And then we also have 2 volumes of Black Cloak. This is by Kelly Thompson. I actually read volume 1 of Black Cloak last month, the month before that, something like that, because I picked up volume 1 during Emerald City Comic Con. Really enjoyed that one. Gave it like 4 stars because I want more like from the world and everything, and I'm very, very curious. And since there's a second volume here, like sign me up. We also have 3 volumes of Black Magick by Greg Rucka. I've not read this one, but I think I've read a couple other things by Greg Rucka, so I'm very curious. We have the trade paperback of Bolero. We also have Coffin Bound, 2 volumes of Coffin Bound. I see Maria Lovett's Crave trade paper. I feel like I've read a different one by Maria Lovett, and so I do think I'm very curious about this. We have Dracula Motherfucker. Okay, again, when you get all these things for a small price, I'm curious about this. If I saw that title in a store and knew nothing about it, would I potentially pick it up and look at it? Yes. Would I buy it at a full trade paperback price? Maybe not, but I'm very curious now. We have 3 volumes of Family Tree. Is that by Jeff Lemire? Okay, I've read some other stuff by Jeff Lemire. Very curious about that. We have Fishflies, another Jeff Lemire. Golden Rage, volume 1 by Chrissy Williams. Interesting. Hinges, volumes 1 through 3. Oh, that one looks like it has a slighter, cutier, I don't know, cartoony art style. Okay, by Meredith McLaren. We have 2 volumes of Inkblot, and it has a cat on the cover. Like, that looks fantasy-ish, and I'm very into that. We have 1 trade paperback of Lovesick. Oh, we have 3 trade paperbacks of Maneaters by Chelsea Kane. Okay, so I think the first volume of Maneaters actually came in the previous women protagonist, whatever that one is, whatever this is called. What is this one called? Leading Ladies. Because I've read volume 1 and I really enjoyed it and I wanted more. So there's 2 more volumes here, plus the one I already read. We have Mercy. That's a very intricate art style. I'm very curious about that. We also have Mom, Mother of Madness. Interesting. November, 4 volumes of November. And then also Rain and SFSX. Wow, that was a tongue twister. 1 volume of that plus 1 volume of the Deadliest Bouquet trade paper. So again, this is all stuff that is going to have female protagonists, and I'm very curious about a lot of it. I like the fact that we do have a good mix of different genres. Like Black Cloak is like a sci-fi fantasy noir almost. Maneaters is about women who end up being like turning feral in a way, and I really did like that as well. And like I said, we do have some different kind of genre stuff, so this is one that I definitely want to purchase. Okay, so I did all the purchasing and stuff off screen. They have a couple different options, just so you know, when you're doing the actual Humble Bundle thing. Part of your purchase price goes to the publisher, part of it goes to charity, and then part of it goes to Humble Bundle as like the site that's hosting it. And they have an option where you can actually say that you want more to go to charity versus the other 2. I always pick that one. I want it to be one of the higher options. So now when I'm ready to do that, I will go to my email that I got this sent to, and I can download all the things that I want onto whatever sort of device I want to read them on. I think they come as PDFs. So I always end up using this digital editions here. I don't think there's a way to get it downloaded on your Kindle Kindle app. I'll let people, you know, figure that out, but I think because they're downloaded as PDFs versus like an EPUB, you do have to do it that way. One thing also to keep in mind, I don't usually do books through Humble Bundle because you have to do them through Kobo. I don't have that. I do have like a Kobo app, but I hardly ever go on there. So if that's not an issue for you, you can definitely do anytime they have like book editions. They do have books sometimes as well. But let's get into, there was one other bundle that I wanted to take a look at, which as we scroll down, so we saw they had the leading ladies, they have web development, they have things from Dynamite, they have Star Trek comics, they have databases, and it looks like RPG things, but then we also have one for James Tynion IV. So more comics, obviously. This one has 15 days left at the time of filming, which again, by the time this posts, probably like 13, so a little less than 2 weeks. And I don't think I realized exactly how prolific of a comic author this person was. Like, I have read quite a few different things, and it actually mentions, like at the very top, The Frightening and Fantastic Worlds of James Tynion IV. He has DC, Image, Distillery, Boom Studios, Dark Horse Books, and is Tiny Onion also like a publisher that he's used for comics? Some of these are very popular titles. Some of these I've read and loved. Some of these I have never heard of, and so because of that I was very curious. They do make a note that the Nice House on the Lake Volume 1 and 2 are available to be redeemed in August, so you have a couple weeks left to purchase the bundle, but if you purchase it like now, you wouldn't be able to download those quite yet. And so this one is also going to the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. So same actual charity on this. But yeah, let's get into this. So they have two different bundles here. They have a 42 item bundle for $24 or a 4 item bundle for $1, which I think is the lowest they always have on Humble Bundle. You can always get something for the low price of $1. It'll just be like the least amount of everything, but I like that they have that option. So here we have 2 volumes of The Nice House on the Lake, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I want to say I have read both of those because I read some James Tynion IV stuff, was it last year already? Last year sometime? And I think I read the like omnibus edition because my library had it. So I believe it had both of those in there. We also have Something is Killing the Children, Volume 2. You're pretty much getting all the Something is Killing the Children stuff in here. I just don't know why that one's all the way there. Maybe was it part of the 4 item bundle? Well, the first one is. You're gonna get more of that. We'll see that more. Because I've already looked at some of these. We have the Department of Truth Volume 2. Never even knew that was a thing. We also have the Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos Volume 1. I have no idea what this is, but I love the title and I love the art style of that. So like, yeah. We also have Spectregraph #1. Never heard of that. We have Wynd Book 1, The Flight of the Prince. This is more of a YA title compared to a lot of his stuff is very adult. I read Book 1 forever ago. I think I got some issues of that in a different Humble Bundle a couple years ago, and there are more books than just Book 1. And I'm very, very eager to continue. I really liked that one. We have House of Slaughter Volume 1. I've read that one, but have not continued the series yet. We have World Tree. Yeah, World Tree. They have a 0 and the 3s in there. So this is going to be something to do with technology and internet stuff, probably. Volume 1. Oh, World Tree Volume 2. Here's another Something is Killing the Children. We have Volume 3 and Volume 4, as well as Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, and Volume 8. Is that the short story collection? I think I've read everything except for Volume 8. I love Something is Killing the Children. Very dark. Very bloody and gory. But like, it's really, really good. So I'm excited for those. I've read, like I said, pretty much all of them. Department of Truth Wild Fictions. So something else in that series, maybe. Same thing with this. Department of Truth Volume 3, as well as Department of Truth Volume 4. The Closet Volume 1. I don't know. I think because of the red on there, that looks very sinister. Yeah, a lot of his, I think I've mentioned, most of them are adult works. A lot of them have really dark themes and stuff, but I've loved a lot of the stuff that I've read. We also have Deviant. This on the cover says The Deviant, but down here it just says Deviant, but Volume 1. We also have the Woods yearbook editions, so Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3. I think that'll have the whole series. The yearbook editions, I believe, are like extra big bind ups. So instead of just having like volume 1 has a certain number of issues, this should have more issues in it to make less books. I started reading The Woods, did not finish it yet, so this would be a good way to do that. We also have Memetic. I've had somebody tell me I should read that, and I love the fact that there's a sloth here. Like, definitely need to read that. We have the Backstagers complete collection. I've read that before, really, really enjoyed it, so that's a good one to have. Here, we have more Wynd. Wynd, book 2, The Secret of the Wings. Also book 3, The Throne in the Sky. I think that might be the entire Wynd collection, but I really want to continue with those. We also have Blue Book Volume 2, 1947, and True Weird Volume 1. I don't know what any of those are. And then we have some like spin-offs of the Something's Killing the Children world. So we did talk about there was House of Slaughter Volume 1 earlier, but apparently there's also Books of Slaughter. I don't think I realized there were Books of Slaughter. So we have Books of Slaughter Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And then going back to House of Slaughter Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, and Volume 6. So we can definitely continue in some House of Slaughter stuff. They have a DCUI, so DC Universe Infinite, monthly ultra 30-day free trial offer. Interesting. I don't know what that is. But then we also, like I said, have Something is Killing the Children, Volume 1, Blue Book Volume 1, which is 1961, which is intriguing because Volume 2 is like 1940 something, right? And then The Department of Truth, Volume 1. So again, I'm just very, very curious about these. And because there's only 2 tiers here, even though I've read some of them, they're all mixed in together. So I am going to fund the 42 item bundle because of the fact that like, I'll pick and choose which ones I download based on what I've read or have previously. But I really, really love a lot of the things that I have read by him. And now knowing that there's even more that I didn't realize were out there, I need to get my hands on them. Okay, and so I have now officially purchased both of my bundles. Like I said, doing that off screen so you guys don't have all that information, but that is okay. So now I'm basically just at the point where like, I need to read some things. I need to download some things. The downloading part can take a little while, but then I have all my stuff. I usually get it downloaded to my app that I have, but like on the iPad version, so it's a little bit bigger and easier to read for me personally. And I've been in a little bit of a slump lately, so I do think getting some comics and things that I'm actually very, very intrigued by is probably good, especially because it is that ebook type of version. I can have a lot at once. I can decide exactly what I want when I want, and I should hopefully start reading some of these because like, yeah, like I said, been in a little bit of a slump recently. But comics, at least for me personally, because they're a little bit shorter than actual books, I do feel like it makes it feel a little bit easier to get back into the reading. And so, yeah, I think this came at the perfect time. Let me know if you've tried any of these before or if there's anything that you think I should start with. And that's going to be it for me today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!